Hello, everyone, and thank you to day one of the 7-day Health and Wealth Restart Challenge. We are all excited to have you here, or I should say, Kerry and I are excited to have you here with us. This challenge, we put it together in hopes to give you some tips and strategies that are going to help you reset where you've been and start to make goals of where you want to go. We've broken it up, we feel like, in a way that's going to help you to, each day kind of analyze the information that we give you. We want you to participate, take some pictures, post in this group, let us know what you're doing, and also rely on the others that are here with us in this group. I want it to be a nice support system, no judgments, everyone's here to help. So along the way too, if there are specific questions or, you're unsure of something, please send us a message so that we know and we can help you. So with that, for day one, I'm going to go through strategies and some tips on how to assess your spending, and Kerry's going to go through doing measurements and weighing yourself. So I want to give it over to Kerry. She can do a quick introduction and then get on to day one.
All right, awesome. So I want to start by saying I'm Kerry McElroy, and check me out at aimforstronger.com. I've got a great website that does personal training and virtual personal training, small group training. We have lots of trainers on that site. I'm not the only trainer, so I'm just here with Katie today. And thanks so much, Katie, for inviting me. I'm so excited to be here today and have this wonderful opportunity to interact with folks who need some help kind of restarting their health a little bit. It's been the last 3 months have not been easy for folks. Normally it's not easy anyway, but of course the last 3 months when we're home, we're near food, we're working from home, our kids are, got our attention doing school. If you have kids, we tend to just eat kind of mindlessly. So, and we maybe didn't move as much as we needed to. So with that said, this 7-day Health and Wellness Challenge has been wonderful. It's a wonderful way to restart yourself and restart what you need to do. So I start off with, just like Katie's going to start off with, know your numbers. Okay. So you've got to, in order to get to a certain point, you got to know how much gas you got in the car, right? Okay. So we've got to kind of move ahead a little bit. We've got to set where we start at in order to move forward. So I start off with weighing yourself, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the caution of that in a minute. And I also talk about taking measurements, circumference measurements. So you can click on the link below. I won't share my screen right now, but there's a link below where you can take a look at a template where you can put all your measurements in. So if you can have someone, have a little tape measure that you might get at Joann Fabrics or maybe Amazon.com, they're like $7, not even probably, then that's what you want to do. So you want to start off by weighing yourself first. Write it down, record it, no judgment. Katie says this all the time. We both say this to clients, whether they're wealth clients or health clients, no judgment. If you start off with judgment, where are you going from there, right? Okay, shame is the worst thing to have. Move forward, accept who you are, accept your financial situation and make it better. Accept your physical situation, make it better, right? That's the whole point. Start at base zero. So weigh yourself, write it down. It doesn't exist if you don't write it down. Don't tell me you think you weigh, blah, blah, blah. Write it down. Then I want you to take all your measurements, okay? Your neck, your chest, your waist, your hips, both thighs, left and right, both calves, left and right, and the highest peak of your bicep, left and right, your arm, okay? And those are great measurements to kind of get you to see progress. So I'm going to say 2 things here. Weigh yourself, but please don't weigh yourself every day. Katie and I are going to present these 7 days of things we'd like to get you to do, something to do each day to concentrate on, but please don't weigh yourself again until 7 days, the 7th day again. As far as the circumference measurements are concerned, I wouldn't do those again probably for a month, 30 days, because you're not going to see a ton of movement in either weight or, body makeup in less than a week or less than 30 days. I caution you with the weight. Sometimes people can get a little bit obsessive about weighing themselves every day. Just be careful of that. Please don't do that. Your weight's not going to change that much, particularly women. I train a lot of women. Hydration levels can, sometimes fluctuate. And some days people say, oh, I didn't lose any weight, but I had a really great eating week. I had a really great exercise week. Okay, fine. So maybe 4 weeks out, do circumference measurements again. And oftentimes you see we're taking up less space, even though we may have only lost a pound or two in that 30-day time. Ideally, you probably like to lose about 5 pounds, and that's very doable in 30 days. But we're going to talk about food later on in one of the other days that we have a challenge for you. We're going to talk about tracking your food, and we're going to talk about tracking calories and how many calories you burn when you move. So Katie's going to present all kinds of ways to track what you make and what you spend, and try to have a better plan for yourself. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to have a base zero. What do you weigh? What do you eat? What do you burn? How are we going to help you? Okay. How can we move forward and take a look at all of the pieces of this puzzle that make you a healthier person? Okay. So if you want to, make sure you click on the link that's going to be provided on the YouTube channel with this day one, where I give you all of the template for all the things I want you to measure, and then talk about the scale versus circumference measurements, and make sure you get, 2 types of measures. Kate, over to you.
Thank you. So yes, and one thing too with the no judgment, the no shame, I mean, congratulations for just, wanting to take a look at your health and your finances. Both of them, I mean, can be major causes of anxiety. And I see it often, when initial clients come in for initial consultations, and I try to set up everything in a way to put people at ease, because I do understand it can be a very touchy topic, when someone decides that, hey, I want to start looking at this and I want to make myself feel more confident in my finances or in my, my health and my fitness level. So with going off of what Kerry just went on, what I want you to do today is assess your spending. And what I mean by that is I want you to go through, analyze your income and analyze your expenses. Now, one of the easiest way to do that is by downloading one of the free apps that they have. One of the nice ones, it's mint.com. There is YNAB, it's You Need a Budget. And you could basically also, if you didn't want to use one of those, go directly into your bank. If you're using credit cards for any of your daily or monthly spending, you can go in there. Often they will have an area where you can actually export your expenses, and it will give you a list of what that is, and then you'd want to back in your income. So what I want you to do at a minimum is take a look over the past 30 days. And at first, I just want you to see, are you positive? Did you at the end have more income available than what you spent? From that, I want you to just kind of take a look, and it's right now, you don't have to dig too deep into it, but just take a look at what some of those reoccurring expenses are, because that is going to be very helpful as you kind of go through this process. You want to have an understanding of what your spending is. You want to know, are there any trends that you see, or, maybe you weren't positive at the end of the month, and you know what, that's okay if you weren't. We are going to then look at that and try to see, okay, where can areas be trimmed out so that you are positive. And that would go into play with Kerry when you start to talk about calories or trying to drop weight. Are you expending more than you're taking in? So that the first step of everything is really getting a handle of your cash flow. Because, I recently, probably over the last few months, especially with, everything that's gone on in the market, people say, well, Katie, how much do I need to retire? I want to retire at X, Y, and Z. And I'll say to them, what do you spend? And they'll say, well, what do you mean? What are your expenses? And again, well, I don't know. Okay, well, we need to get you back on cash flow tracking, because it's impossible to come up with some number that says, hey, you can retire at X, Y, and Z, and you'll have access to so many dollars if you do not know what you spend. You have to know that number, because you only have enough money available to what you spend. So again, today what I want you to do is go through that. Maybe, within the group page, take a picture of if you sign up for Mint and attach, or what I like to call link your accounts, so that you can extract that data, or if it's through an Excel worksheet, something that, will let us know. And again, by the end of today, I just want you to have a sense of, were you positive over the past 30 days? And did you see any common kind of trends of where that money was going? And again, over the next 7 days, we're going to go through other topics where this information that you're pulling is going to help you. All right, any other things? Oh, and also, in the link below, I will have a couple of the links to go to mint.com or for the YNAB, which will just help it or make it easier for you if you're deciding on what you want to use.
Yeah, I mean, our topics are so intertwined, Kate. We're going to talk about some of the same issues that people are important to people between health and wealth health. So I'm so excited for you folks to hit the next 6. You got today, and then you got the next 6 days. We'll ask you to post things. Now, I'm not going to ask you to post your weight and your measurements if you feel uncomfortable with that, but there are other things that I'll have you post as we go along. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching.
Yes. See you next time.